Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 5 of the RSF1 F2 division. I'm Primus Gaming, and joined with me is S02, also known as RSF1 Skadoosh.
Skadoosh? Yeah, mate.
How you doing,
sound
mate?
a bit rusty.
Yeah, I've been away for a couple of weeks, so, I'm sort of trying to get, shake all the rust off. But, Season 2, I think we're actually nearing the quarter mark now for the season, which is quite incredibly, scary. We only just recently started Season 2. Obviously, we're just waiting for our drivers to ready up because we've had a change in host, because our previous host used to be RSF1 Patronus, from what I can remember in the last stream I did. But this time it's Brundle, so obviously the race, the qualifying will start when Brundle is ready. But I want to go over something with you, Element, to start off some conversation while we wait for the qualifying to begin. So we've seen Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari's 2020 liveries. However, to me, I feel they don't really look any different except for the tiny little bit of red Mercedes have put on to the top of the car.
Brundle's already up now, so...
Oh, yeah. But let's keep this going for a moment. I personally, however, think I love the look of AlphaTauri. McLaren's a tiny bit different. They do look a bit different. Haas have gone for a complete change, which I really do like the look of the 2020 Haas. But AlphaTauri has taken my heart. I absolutely love the look of the new Alpha.
It's taking your heart.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking car, mate.
To
be honest, it gives me sort of an original Sauber vibe.
I also like the Alfa Romeo as well. That looks nice.
Unfortunately, that's a testing livery. They won't be revealing their actual. They won't be revealing their actual livery for the next, I think, 2 days. 3 days,
Be serious, that looks so nice. What is the point?
Haas were meant to release their car on the same day as Alfa Romeo, but they just couldn't wait any longer and just got too excited. They just released the car before anyone else did, because originally Ferrari was first.
Yeah.
Meant to be.
Surely it would be better to get your car over and done with so you can start practicing nice and early.
Yeah. Actually, I do want to say before we begin, a welcome back to a familiar face who's been away for a while, at least for me. I don't know if he's been in last week, but welcome back to Peppermeat. He was in the podcast with me back in Season 1, back with RSF1 Alonso, also known as Hail King Tomo. And then you had Top Notch, Peppermeat and myself. We had a good team in the comms last season.
The dream team.
The dream team, yeah. But anyways, we're now into Q1. 16 cars will be attending the session, which means one will be knocked out.
To be fair, I'd rather it was 15 because it would just go straight to Q2, but...
Well, depending on drivers, I think most of these guys will be using this as a practice session, because look at that, WR Stretch has instantly gone on to the hard compound tyre, so
he does
it's getting a little bit of practice in. It's like when you're playing the career mode of the game, track acclimatization. I have a track map on my phone, so would it be okay if you checked on the stream's chat here and there? Because I won't be able to see who's saying what, but I'm going to give you guys a classic vibe of what me and Boddy used to deliver in Season 1. I'm going to be doing a full-on onboard with Tabitsi, Mr. T, and I've got the track map with the corners names as well. So we're bringing a bit of Season 1 back. Yes.
Oh, it's a beat in Spanish. Anyway.
But, so let's have a little check at the chat for the moment, Element. Have
It's
you got
just
any
the
questions
saying,
or some...
Frontline speed is here. Let's hope we have a
Frontline
race.
Frontline speed.
Frontline speed's here. Why did he just change it to RSF1 Frontline speed?
Well, he wouldn't be able to because the new character in the gamer tag change. Right, so let's do an onboard now.
RSF1 LSP.
Right, so Mr. T will begin his onboard. He goes round Catalunya to begin the first lap of F2 in the qualifying session. So he goes across the line. We've got a yellow flag in the second and third sector, probably a car yielding to the faster cars. So into turn 1 we go. He gets a wide line going into turn 1 so he can get a better run through turns 1 through 2. So now he comes a sweeping right hand where Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton both crashed back in the 2016 season. He went a little bit wide there through turn 3. So now to Respol, turn 4. Far right corner. He looks like he's still got a really good run. He's actually purpled that sector. So now into turn 5, looking nice and tidy where he's got an approaching McLaren in front of him. Through turn 6 he goes, through TV3. Mr. T, this is actually where we had the famous overtake of the season, actually I think I've got an old track map. So through La Caixa we go, because I didn't see that there. They are, so into turn 11 through 12, so he's actually still doing really good. Pulled the second sector as well, now through Europacar. Still, now this is where you've got to be very careful, because if you catch too much of the chicane, you lose the steering time. Oh, a little bit wide there, going through Rack, and now into Catalunya once more. Mr. T starts off the qualifying session with a 1:19 dead.
Bad.
And Element, you're an F1 driver, and you've done practice with people. Is that, oh, never mind, I was about to say, is that a really quick lap? RSF1 Massa, his teammate, instantly answers my question with a 1:18.3. A very good lap there.
Can you put full map, please? Full map, please, I ask you.
Full map.
Yeah. And then let's just we got to Dean put a new guard change game attack. I think it's a new guard because I didn't see him last week unless I was blind. But I think he's
I definitely haven't seen him before. I've been away for the past 2 weeks, so definitely new for me. RSF1. Wait, it's not even RSF1. It's RRF1.
Yeah, maybe he's too expensive or something. But I think he's a reserve driver for F2, but I don't really know. But anyway,
he's filling in for Petronas by the looks of it, because Petronas was the other Ferrari. F2. Jay Slee, a 1:18.5. Shane did really good as well, so that's very good. Very good lap there from Shane. But right now, what's really confusing is Schumacher. RSF1 Schumacher has proven to be quite a quick driver within the F2 division, but he's not even come out yet. But let's have a little look at Dean, the rookie for F2.
Wait, sorry, very quickly. Agreeable Racer's going to come around. Agreeable Racer gets 5th.
Oh yeah, Agreeable Racer's also a new one. Dean! Dean gets P3.
What a name.
Very great there from Dean.
Lovely,
is this his debut as a racer in RSF1?
I think so, because I haven't seen it before.
So meanwhile, he's outshone his teammate Brundle. There's a very good chance here Dean could potentially outqualify his teammate in Q1, depending on how Brundle can do.
Yeah, 100%. It's just a bit weird when you say, I don't know, you're an F1.
Yeah, because you used to be an F3 driver. So to hear that, you're just like, oh, Brundle's looking very good. He's just purpled the second sector.
We had a little bit of a chat with him. He doesn't feel very comfortable with this track, does he? He enjoys it, he said, but it's not one of his favourites to drive. Let's see if he can...
Oh, a little bit of backhand kicks out there. The Ferrari had a little bit oversteer.
That's going to be first. That's pole. No, it's not.
No, that's P4.
His teammate beats him.
Oh, that was a very good lap. But Peppermeat, the Irishman, who's been very famous for his racing in the buff. He's in P8. But right now, he's actually got a broken wing. He might have sustained he's sustained contact either with a barrier or maybe with another driver. But again, we have no idea how he sustained that damage, but he is now making sure he's completely out the way and allowing all the other drivers to go through, so that is very good work.
Something like that, but he's on the softs. Let's see what he can set.
Oh, he invalidated the lap.
That was invalidated.
Well, let's have a look at his teammate, DRM Marco Polo. He's now going to approach RACC or RAC. Oh, he cut that corner. I think that's invalid. That
Still
looked like
going
a
though. This is what he
blatant
can
corner cut there.
say.
No, that wasn't. That was. He cut that corner, and that didn't invalid. Crikey. Let's look at Tomek Bresner. He's actually next to cross the line.
If you don't mind. After this, actually.
Yep.
After this, here we go then.
Bresner, he crosses the line. P3! Bresner, he's been a very good driver back in F3 in Season 1. And in Season 2, in F2, he looks well at home.
He looks well at home. We have a light. Schumacher RSF saying nice one B. Got to go fast. Hi, hello, got to go fast. Not your. Lane saying stream lagging a lot. Schumacher says stream lagging a lot, and Stan saying only 16 drivers. That's Paul from F2.
Well, let me pull up the stream on my phone.
Oh, he's going
so
again. He gets that. 2 lap.
Oh my god! That was very good recovery there from Iox. You know,
Nice.
he validates the lap previously, and he instantly makes redemption for a P3. Very good work there.
Lovely.
But right now, I'm not seeing any lag, because normally if the stream's lagging, I'll be able to see it on the game as well, because that's how I can see I'm lagging. But right now, it's been crisp.
I'm looking at the stream as well, it's not lagging for me, but might be your
I think it
connection.
just might be people watching the stream. It does require your connection to sustain it. But right now, I'm not seeing any problems. I've just pulled up the stream now, so I've put away my track map.
Man with the cash back now. Coming around the last corner now. Man with the cash. Waiting. Oh, was invalidated last corner.
Oh no, he's actually invalidated it.
He invalidated the last corner.
Man with the cash. Is a man with many nicknames. Oh my god! Oh, that is a definite kick in the teeth for the man with the cash. He would have gotten pole for the session. So he is definitely a person we need to look out for. I was about to say, this man is definitely still the man of many nicknames. And, you know, man with cash, formerly known as Josh with Dosh, Revin Kevin, Racing Jason. He has so many nicknames.
Can we get even more?
Unreal. Well, we have to speak to Bother there. But WL Stretch, he gets P12 with a 119.3.
Nice.
Got some Ferrari fans going on.
Slightly
louder.
Go on.
I was just saying, they're just saying Forza Ferrari from RSF1 louder, and come on Ferrari from Leif.
What you say, sorry?
Are you okay there, Element?
Wait, what you say?
I was just reading the comments. What was you about to say there, mate?
Anyway, Sainz and Schumacher, the guys that been showing their pace is pretty good this season and now about to start his lap. Schumacher's on the second sector, about to start the second sector, and Sainz should only just start his lap, so if we want to catch him more than Schumacher for a second for his lap.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just had to quickly check my phone. Oh, Schumacher is doing really good. Purple first sector. So actually, let's stay on board with Schumacher for a moment, because I said we've got to keep an eye on this guy. He is very, very quick. So Schumacher, he definitely did a really quick lap in the first sector. Didn't he actually get moved up to F1 temporarily?
He was F1 driver, and then he got moved back down to F2. I think there were a couple of people that got moved up, including myself, and he just got moved down to F2. Not bad, to be fair. Good call for the guys, because he's right on there with Massa and stuff. Let's see what he can do then.
But Massa and Shane, they both retired from the session. They feel comfortable where they're at. Schumacher's still looking pretty good. He's not invalidated the lap. And Schumacher will cross the line.
First, sorry.
No, that's P2. Good lap from Schumacher.
Pepper B gets 7.
Oh, there you go.
Sides does a 7.
P7. So right now, the driver in danger of being knocked out of Q1 is the man with the cash.
Josh with the
but Red Bull put themselves up there.
Yeah. Still WR Stretch, because he did his time on the hards. Oh, sorry, he's just on the lap.
Oh my god! That was Very intense that burp.
That money just a good. Give me a break.
So Ayo, haha, well, P3 with no ERS. Oh, is a certain Iox hiding true potential
Somebody-
there. If he's not
Sorry.
using ERS, if he's not using the ERS, he could have gone a hell of a lot faster.
He could have done an 18 flat, which is
I've noticed, however, I don't know if you agree with me, we're absent a Williams. We've got one, but we're missing the other. We've got Smokey McBates in one Williams, and actually we've got no Mercs.
no Mercs.
No Mercs at all.
No, come on, Mercedes. What are we doing?
As you can tell by Element's disdain, obviously Mercedes aren't really doing great in the overall team constructors of this entire season, and them not being here for F2 it's kind of shown Element's slight annoyance for it, you know, not happy with it. But Smokey, he's on a lap. We'll stay on board with Smokey McBates because I don't think we caught on to him at the beginning of the session. We've still got 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go of Q1.
So I reckon Agreeable Race is going to finish his lap and he gets 4th, so he's safe.
P4 from Agreeable. Well done to Agreeable, actually. He raced last week in Baku?
Yeah.
Or didn't he?
He did.
Oh, Brundle! Brundle puts himself in P3.
Ooh.
Very good lap from RSF1 Brundle. And again, Man with the Cash is actually still in danger. So we'll keep on board with Smokey McBates for the moment. But then when he crosses the line, let's hop on. Oh yeah, he's doing great. We'll get straight onto the Man with the Cash and see how he's doing. Because that is a very... We know he could have potentially gotten pole.
S02. Man with the Cash.
Oh. Smokey looked like he was looking good, but then the Man with the Cash just snatched a second purple sector. So
Here we go then.
here we go. Smokey McBates from P14 to P1. But let's get straight onto the Man with the Cash quickly. Scroll up. There you go. Man with the Cash is on the home straight. P5. He lost time. He had a second sector purple. I don't think he actually got a purple first sector as well. The Man with the Cash lost so much time. Oh no!
Wow.
Peppermeat's out.
What?
Peppermeat crashed on the last corner.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to
Now we're
hurt.
in the corner or in the pit lane. We lost Peppermeat, so Peppermeat is going to be our driver out of the session if WR Stretch can't do faster than a 1:18.8. Evening to RSF1 Webster.
We're allowed to put top 5 teams the first and after and every time we well, Mercedes are not going to be after this race, of course. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Yeah, Red Bull. Actually, no, it's a good battle between, I know, Haas and Red Bull. I think Renault are up there as well.
Do we check the standings quickly though?
Yeah, might as well. I mean,
Oh.
have a little peek.
Right, so
So,
just watching these last. Anyway, you have Haas with 288 points, Alfa with 282, Renault with 261, Red Bull with 258, Ferrari with 250, Toro with 170, McLaren with 139, Williams with 133, Racing Point with 124.
Mercedes at plumb bottom. Oh my god. I don't know if you're laughing or crying. A bit of both, I guess. We're on board with WR's Trent, but we'll have some technical difficulties when Element can recover from his slightly emotional breakdown. but well, looks like we lost it for a moment, but it looks like WR Stretch is now approaching the last few corners. It looks like we had an off there of DRM Marco in the first sector spin out, but luckily no damage done. But WR Stretch, round the last corner it goes. This is his only opportunity to avoid being knocked down. Can he go faster than Peppermeat? He can! WR Stretch is... Mr. T is out! Mr. T is out of the session! Oh my god! Peppermeat was P16. We're like, definitely Peppermeat was underneath Mr. T. Suddenly Mr. T fell down. Now that is a surprise. That's a real surprise. Good God. Well, 45 seconds left of the session, and I am already surprised is not even what I can even say. That's bad luck there. Oh! What is Marco doing? He lost the RM Marco as well. He has crashed in the pit lane. What the hell is happening here? For a moment, we just lost Mr. T. So Peppermeat lost DNS. Mr. T, he was weaving in the pits and he crashed in the pits. That could potentially obstruct the pit lane for anyone who's looking to box. Wow. That is definitely... because he had complete control. I had no idea what he was doing there. But that will definitely be had a look at, because that is a little bit, But anyways, let's go over the classifications for the drivers that are knocked out of the session. So Mr. T in P16 in the Haas, he will be starting at the very back of the grid. DRM Marco, after crashing in the pit wall, weaving and hitting that wall, he puts him down in P15. And Peppermeat, even though he was first to go and DNF, he starts P14. So at least he's not got the complete bad end of the stick there. But then the top three is Smokey McBates in the Williams, followed by Massa, the other Haas, and Schumacher in third. So...
yeah.
That is definitely a bizarre way to start the session. Because we go from a driver... because Peppermeat obviously had a bit of an incident, I think maybe going into the pits, or around the last corner, he made contact with the wall, so Peppermeat crashed out. I don't know what happened with Mr. T. Did he retire or did he DNF?
I don't know, he just put, that's not fair, I shouldn't be out. I retired because two other cars crashed out.
So if anything like that happens, lads, just make sure you submit your clips. Anyways, let's get on with Q2. After losing 3 cars, because I thought we was only going to lose 1, we lost 3. So that means, again, another 3 drivers will be knocked out of the session for Q2. So interesting strategies are coming into play. So we've got lots of medium runners. Yeah, so McLaren. We'll do on board with you, Element. When Jace Lee begins his lap time, we'll have you do the honours of doing the onboard.
You don't want me to do that. I'm not good.
Yeah? Come on, man. Don't doubt yourself. You don't need to know the call.
Mercedes.
Oh my God, Element. Are you still not recovering from seeing Mercedes of 120?
120 points.
F. Let's type F in the chats for Element. Who's currently
Why are you
having a little bit of
Mercedes as well?
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta laugh the pain away.
I can't believe it. Right, anyway. James Lee. Josh Lee? I don't know, I'm just guessing. James Lee. J. Joshua. I don't know. Okay then. James Lee going into starting lap. I haven't got a map, I'm not as professional as Primus, but I will just go along with it. As he starts his lap. Here you go. He's going to go into the first corner. He's still on that, but he's not going to move it. He's going to the first corner, down to third gear. Ooh, he's going to get a good exit for this right-hander, turn 3. You have to be careful not to go wide, because if not, that'll be your lap over. It doesn't do the full job from the Slee, man. Anyway, into turn 4. Oh, power sector 1, as he's the only one out, or the first one on the lap. Into turn 5 he goes, not to go too deep, because then that will ruin your runner going into this left right-hander. Be careful into here, don't go too deep into the second corner. Oh, he loses the back end, keeps it going though. Number 94, McLaren driver, gets a good run going into the DRS. Beautiful work from J. Here we go, then can he slow it down? Straight on the 50-meter marker, he slows it down to second gear, and now up to fourth. Careful with that curve, it's a bit sideways. He's pushing like a madman, he is. He's different gravy into, I've lost the corner name or corner numbers, but it's going into the chicane, I don't know. And as now he's going to go into the last corner, across the line. Oh!
Wait, a 119.2? That's quick for the medium compound tyres. That's really quick for them.
That's faster than what I can do in the mediums.
Very good lap from McLaren there. Definitely can see Jay Slee being a real danger. I remember last... just a breaking that. I am not in danger. I am the danger.
Russell just put a skittish on drugs.
You might be, because you had a complete emotional breakdown from Mercedes point standing.
Let's talk about it, please.
So WR stretch a 120.6
He's
on
got
the
the
hard,
again.
meanwhile signs a 121.3 on the soft. Agreeable racer a 119 dead on the medium compound tyre.
Stop it. McLaren is doing
Oh, Smokey McBates a 118.9. Oh, that's perfect. That's 118.900 on the dot. That's perfect.
It's literally, that's quicker than what I can do in the mediums. That's horrific.
Let's have a look at Shane. Actually, who's the next to cross the line?
I
I think Shane might be.
it's going to be Shane. No, it's going to be Massa.
'Cause
I want Massa's validated.
we've had another off in the first sector. Looks like no, that's just a McLaren slowing down.
Yeah.
So we'll go from Shane.
Sorry, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be Shane. Yeah, it's Shane.
So Shane has been looking very promising in the Renault. Actually, Shane did really good. He had a slow start to the first season of RSF1, but he actually picked up a good few podiums near the midpoint.
Oh, sorry.
Crikey. you had an emotional breakdown and you've got really bad gas.
It's not really my day anyway. Shane is first.
Oh, P3! That is a really good, that's a really good pace. Oh, P5. I was about to switch to him, but then he got there. Now we've got Tomek Bresner. We cannot take our eyes off of this guy, because Bresner has proven in his rookie debut in F3 that he has been really quick. But even in F2, Bresner really still showed great pace and speed.
Yeah. He was quicker than me actually. He was literally like a second quicker than me when he was back on the pads. It was literally disgusting from this guy. He's swapped the wheel, and he's already a lefty driver with a wheel, so different gravy this guy.
He's still doing really well. He's actually got a Renault behind him by the looks of it, or a Haas. No, that's the Renault of Shane. However, Massa hasn't had really any good luck, because when we was doing a lap with Jay Slee, Massa was on the soft compound tyre behind him, but span out in the first sector.
Yeah.
Bresner, here he comes.
Oh.
P3 from Tomek Bresner.
Nice.
Oh, Shane! Shane was on another lap.
Nice.
118.8, if I'm correct in reading that.
Yeah, 188. 118.8. 45.
Well done to Shane. What a
Shane,
lap.
Shane, oh my god, man, the cash purple
Signs,
sector 2.
however.
Purple sector 2. Oh, remember the cash purple sector 2. Let's say quickly. Let's see what we can do then into the left, right hander here. Oh, please don't get too much curve. Oh, it's sort of. But
I personally think Brundle's retirement might have been too preemptive.
100%. Well, the man with the cash third.
Oh!
7. Oh, this could be trouble.
Oh dear, this is not looking good.
Schumacher.
Brundle's retirement. Oh, he's pushing. Brundle's going down. Dean! P1! Ferrari is taking the top spot. RSF1 Vettel. Hello,
kid.
So, Brundle is now completely in the mercy of the bottom pack. Massa, P13, but he's now on a lap. He is definitely a fast driver, so I can definitely say if he doesn't invalidate the lap, he could get into the top 10.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's have a little on board with Massa into the right-hander after the first sector. Shane... No, Shane's not crashed out. He would have been pushed to the bottom of the grid. He's retired. He feels safe where he is, you know, P2. You know, even if the soft runners do come out, I highly doubt they'll push Shane down under P10, so he's safe.
Yeah, 100%. God, that was a massive tip.
The formation lap, yeah, you've got to do your post office formation lap.
Post office. You just put T-minus 20 minutes into it, maybe they're right. And Massa, purple second team.
I told you this man is quick, but it looks like he could be going for pole here. He could snatch pole of Q2 away from Dean.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Round the last corner, the Haas goes.
Yeah!
There we go. I said it. 118.5. That's actually nearly as quick as he was on the soft compound tyre.
This guy's different gravy.
So now it's Haas P1, Ferrari P2, Renault P3.
Disgusting work from him. Sorry.
Oh, Iox was coming back out, and he unfortunately invalidated his lap. And he's not got the ERS.
1 minute left. Do you think Sainz WRS stretch can get through?
Definitely. I think if they'll try their best. Sainz is actually, I think he really likes this track. If Sainz and everyone else can push out a good lap, they could be looking good. But everyone is starting on the medium compound tyre, by the looks of it. Oh, at least in the top 10. Smokey McBates thinks he's safe in P4 with 118.9, which was previously the fastest lap of the session. But obviously, near on the end of the session, Jaisley, Stretch, and Dean's retired. But no, that's just under his own power. He's completely fine.
What's from that is power, huh?
So, has anyone got any questions or anything like that they'd like to drop into the chat, please? If it's directed to Element Snow or myself.
I know what Battle's going to put. I can already tell.
Give us a wave.
Alright then, here we go then.
Oh, here we go with Signs. Let's go on board with him. He's actually repping obviously RSF1 Signs, the Spanish flag. So in a way, this is his home Grand Prix. So let's see what RSF1 Signs can chuck out. So he begins his flying lap around the last corner.
No, he's just I thought he validated.
As his teammate Stretch, he gets a wide entry into turns 1 through into 2. He actually had to lift it off. He lifted off there.
Turn 3. You're going to be as wide as possible there, so you can get a good run. Oh, good to go. Did he get the best run into turn 4? But he's still going strong, isn't he?
Yeah, he's trying his best. He's struggling a little bit by the looks of it, and as I said, some drivers will go out into softs to secure their position in Q2. Jaisley and Iox have immediately heard that and responded with the soft compound tyre.
There we go then. Science, can he get purple sector? No, he can't. He's
he did. No, he did. He's got a purple second sector, yeah.
It's not showing up for me again.
It did for me. He's definitely got a second sector purpled, or magenta.
Right, anyway then. Here we go then.
Round into the chicane. Very good. Oh, the back end's looking a little bit slidey through Catalunya we go. And RSF1 Signs. Oh, P11! Oh dear. He's in danger.
Tits and tits. His teammate under our Stretch. Stretchy baby.
He's now next on the lap. Meanwhile, We've got a Alfa Romeo now coming out of the pit. That's actually Schumacher on the same tyre compound that he just set a lap on.
Maybe he's not feeling confident, or maybe he's not feeling safe.
Probably, but Stretch is now past his teammate. Jay Slee's actually out of the session. He's retired. That means Jay Slee is out. If Sainz and Stretch don't do a faster time, Brundle might just make it into Q3 by the skin of his teeth.
Just look at Brundle's
Crikey, and Sainz only just narrowly missed out on P10.
Yeah.
What about Stretch? Stretch is definitely looking like he's doing a decent lap, but is it enough to send down his teammate and Brundle? Because right now, Sainz is out qualifying his teammate.
Yeah, let's see.
We go round the last corner. We go.
Stretchy baby, stretchy baby. Oh no!
He didn't do it.
He's still got enough time
That
to
could
go
be.
through to go again.
Oh, Sainz is actually going again.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing. The cards
See, this
are now
is
on the
predicament
table.
now, isn't it? If you were Stretch, yeah, knowing, I'd rather go do another lap of the mediums and maybe get through, but my time is more worn than anyone else in the grid. Or do I just retire and start off fresh mediums?
He could do, but and we have to wait and see because they both look like they're probably going to go again. Sainz actually stayed within the slipstream of Stretch throughout that lap, so not in the slipstream, more like he just hang back so he wasn't going to obstruct his teammate, but he harvested enough power to be able to go for another run. So Iox is going to stay where he is. Schumacher is actually out on a lap as well, but we'll keep an eye on Schumacher. Actually, we'll go back to Sainz for just a minute because he is definitely... Oh, he purpled the second sector. Sainz is going really quick through there, but he's losing time in the third. Can Sainz get into Q3? This could be a really good day for him if he could get into Q3 and out-qualify his teammate. Yeah, the end of Q2.
His last
Here we go. Sainz, can he do it? No, yes, he can. P2. Brundle is out of the session. Looks like WR Stretch actually got to go across the line. Schumacher second. Iox is in danger. The only car that's left on the grid now is WR Stretch, and he is looking to try and get himself at least further up.
Yeah,
so we'll keep on board with this Red Bull.
I'm scared.
So,
Cameron's put by Brundle.
Oh, Iox has left the session. If Iox doesn't get back in the session before WR Stretch finishes the lap, he won't be able to go into Q3.
I'm buying him.
He doesn't have that much time. Stretch is now going across into the final sector. WR Stretch, can he achieve this? Here we go. WR Stretch around the last corner. He goes. Can he get into the top 10?
Oh no!
He doesn't. He doesn't. P13. The WR Stretch in the Red Bull.
Oh. All hards.
All hards. He's got the freedom of choice, but that's going to leave a bittersweet taste in his mouth. But as you look at the classifications, well, bitter taste or whatever. Brundle, P11.
Trying to wait out in Q3, Jake can do 117.7. Right, anyway, sorry.
Oh dear. Brundle, P11. Jay Slee, P12. And WR Stretch in P13. Meanwhile, at the top of the table, RSF1 Massa is in first in the Haas, Schumacher second in the Alfa Romeo, and RSF1 Sainz, after nearly being knocked out of Q2, gets P3 in the Red Bull. So very good run there from Sainz.
Not bad. Should we get Brundle in to have a look what happened with them?
Yeah, let's get Brundle in for an interview, because I would have invited one of the Q1 drivers in, but they're all sort of not, they weren't very happy, so
yeah,
we probably would have benefited from maybe not inviting them in. But
I know that Brundle's got although it wasn't looking
Oh, there we are.
Hello, Brundle.
Hello, Brundle.
I was hoping you wouldn't. I was like sitting there,
mate, I think your retirement might have been a little bit too preemptive. Yeah, and the 7-minute mark you retired, and that's still a lot of time. And then suddenly people underneath you set faster times, and you went from P6 when you retired all the way down. And just at the last minute, Sainz managed to push you down to P11. So you're at P11. That's still a decent starting position for the race. But how are you feeling for it?
I'm fine. Simple thing is I knew I had 1 lap on the medium because I wanted to start on the mediums. I knew, do not start the softs because they're completely useless. There was no point doing a second lap on them because I never liked doing 2 qualifying laps on them. So I thought, if 1 lap is going to be quick enough, then I'll get through. If not, I'll start with fresh tyres. So that's the scenario I've got. To be fair, it's qualifying, and all it took was a small mistake in the last game, and that was it. So here I am.
A question I'd like to ask you as well. Your teammate, Dean, it's his first race, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Dean, have you got a good chemistry with your teammate so far, like a good understanding, or have you not spoken to him yet?
I haven't spoken to him yet.
Oh, so hopefully, if you turn out to be very quick and Dean's having a little bit of problems, he might let you go by, maybe some team orders, or maybe he might try and fight you for position. But you could be looking at some good points for Ferrari. Again, races have been won from the midpoint. I think I remember the best results from start to finish was Unity Hush, the F1 champion, from P15 to P1 back in Britain last year.
Yeah. I'm very confident in my starts. My starts have been very... Black screened. Wonderful.
Sorry?
Oh,
I've just been home screened.
I'm right back.
Yay.
Right back.
Brandel, what's your prediction for the top 3?
I think Massa on pole. I think that lap he did in Q2, I was a bit surprised about that. I think Schumacher 2nd and Smokey 3rd.
Oh, you're putting Dean up there.
RSF1 Louder predicts Massa P1, Dean P2, Schumacher P3. I'm actually predicting Massa first, Sainz second, and the man with the cash third. The man with the cash has actually been decent around here. He actually would have set a good... Yeah, that's how Massa goes across. A 118.1. Shane 118.3. But, Element, have you got any more questions for Brundle before we carry on with the rest of the qualifying session?
No, not really. It's very unlucky, Brundle. Let's see if we can make it up at the race, and let's see if we can talk to you at the end of the race, either driver of the day or top 3.
Might potentially have an issue here.
Go on.
Never mind. Never mind.
There you go,
Panic over.
It's going to be like me last week before I record between
It was taking a long time. I was like, I was fretting there for a second because if I was back screen and I wasn't able to join in, I'd have to restart. My advantage of first tyres would be gone. So no, not do that. Anyway, let me try.
Anyway, I'm lucky, mate. Good luck for the race. Thank you.
I'll see you on the podium.
Hopefully, we'll see you then. So RSF1 Sainz is going to come round the last corner. I was watching him while he was interviewing P2. Good lap from the Red Bull. That is very good speed. Iotes is on his lap. What about the man with the cash? Yeah, actually, no, the man with the cash is going round the last corner.
It's going to be a hell of a lap.
Oh, PA. He lost time somewhere.
Got to go faster. Dean first, Schumacher second, and Massa third. Vettel says Dean, Sainz, and Massa. Ooh, it's good. Dean popping.
That's actually, Dean's actually a possible favourite for today. The rookie has already got people cheering him on.
Yeah.
Hell King Tomo, evening lads, evening Tomo. So right now, the only car that's... actually, no, Schumacher is also the other car that hasn't set a time, but he has not left the pits yet. Schumacher, no time set. And now we've got Ioaks. He's actually approaching the back of the Red Bull of RSF1 Science.
Yeah.
There we go. So, Ioaks, he had a very scary moment where he almost potentially missed out on getting into Q3, but he'd still managed to do it. So, very good there. Around the last corner it goes. Dean P1. Everyone's been cheering on Dean. Ioaks P6. Oh, good move there from Dean, though. I think, it was definitely... Gotta go fast, and Vettel said Dean P1. But Shane has put himself into P3 in the Renault as well, pushed Sainz back down to 4th.
I'll tell you what, Shane's got some great pace around here. I raced with him in another league, and got some great pace around there. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets the podium this race, because if he doesn't get unlucky, like he normally does, I would say he could be top 3 for me.
Oh, Duff has actually put up a prediction. P1 Sainz, 2nd Massa, 3rd Shane.
Well, the Ferrari update looks quite good on track in Q3.
To be fair, the 2019 and 2020 livery for the Ferraris don't look any different. I think I saw a load of memes on Instagram that just said Control V. Like Control C, Control V.
Camo Master Science and Shane. Camo, Haas, of course, he was going to go on for Master. I'm going to go. Oh, wait. It's not Mercedes driver, don't worry, I don't care anymore.
Well, he's upset himself. RSF1 Schumacher is now the only car on the track, as everyone else has gone into the pit. So he has a worn track with clean air and a worn road. So very good advantage there in favour of Schumacher. Okay, so he's now crossed the start-finish line, a wide berth into turn 1. Very nice. You can't get on the throttle too much, otherwise you might end up losing a little bit of time. Oh, he's hugging that line quite well. A little bit wide there on the exit of the fast right-hander of turn 3 into turn 4. He's purpled the first sector, though. He is faster than anyone else on track at the moment. So Alfa Romeo is looking very, very quick into turn 5. Still looking nice and tidy through 6. Oh, this is very good. 7 into 8. Oh! The back end of Schumacher's car almost kicked out there. He almost lost it in the second sector. Here is where the famous overtake of the season happened back in F2 with Schumacher. Actually, he is the one who took that back when he was DP Roberts. Welcome back. Round the outside, I remember last season of Roberts doing that. Oh, that Alfa Romeo's back end is really kicking out, but he purpled the second sector. Oh, Schumacher, looks like he lost a load of speed.
That's not going to be a very good lap. That's not going to be a good lap now.
Oh, yeah. Unlucky for Schumacher. He needs to get back out there. Otherwise, he could be looking at
being
knocked out.
That's a good call from Schumacher. He wouldn't have had time to get back into the pits. Because if he started that lap, he would have to do another lap. And that would have been, 2 minutes and 20 seconds? When he went back into the pits. And that would literally mean he wouldn't even have enough time to start the lap.
Reps are cheering on Ioaks. Hashtag Toro Go Ioaks. So right now, Bresner, Shane, they've both gone out onto the track. Oh, we've got a slow-moving Alfa Romeo of Atomic Bresner. Something happened there.
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like we've got the man with the cash actually on a lap. Out in front.
Oh, yeah.
What can Racing Jason do?
Racing Jason?
Man with the cash. This is one of his nicknames.
Get it. I want to use another nickname of his.
Well, Revan Kevin.
Oh, who's Revan
Josh
Kevin?
of Dosh.
Oh, yes.
There you are. Round the last corner he goes. Man with the cash goes P5. Good improvement there from the man with the cash.
Vettel's gone now. What a destroyed. What a beast.
Hey, there he is. the master of nicknames, has finally arrived in the chat. The one who gave the man with the cash so many nicknames. So let's go on board with Shane, because RSF1 Vettel used the highlight feature in the chat, shouting to cheer on Shane in the Renault. So we'll stay on board with him. Oh, sorry?
30 viewers.
Thank you for the 30 viewers. Everyone's greeting Bodder into the chat. Good evening, Bodder. Bodder, give us a wave.
I'm waving. That's what he said.
Yeah, so Shane actually got a purple second sector in the Renault. This is looking very, very good from Shane. Dean's actually gone back onto the track. Oh, we've actually got an off there from the McLaren of Agreeable Racer.
I think just letting Shane go through. Anyway, what the even on? We got them. Bother. We got them Shane.
Bodder's not racing. Shane, round the last corner he goes into Catalunya. Can he set himself up there into P1? Oh! He does! A 1:17.8!
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Sorry.
That's an impressive lap from Shane there. What a lap. And now we've got Schumacher and Bresner coming across the line. Actually, no, Bresner, I think he invalidated.
Yeah, he's going to go again.
So now here comes Dean! P1! He just goes slightly faster than Shane. Dean gets top of the table. Agreeable Racer!
Agreeable Racer!
He had it off, and he somehow brought that back. Wow!
Qualified later.
And it's the end of Q3 already. Oh my God, Mount of Cash. Well, he's not going to be able to set another lap, but we'll go on board with some of the guys around here. It looks like we've gone off. Oh no, it's Ioaks.
Oh, shit.
That is unlucky for the Toro Rosso. He's in the wall at the very last moment. Oh my God, that is not very good for him. Looks like we've got Shane approaching the last corner. P1 again from Shane! Oh my God! One right up to another. Massa, P1! And it's not over yet. We've still got a couple more contenders. Schumacher, P5. Tomek Bresner, his teammate, is about to cross the line, and he puts himself up into P9. Sainz, one of the people looking out for, is finally going to cross the line. He sets himself P6. He does not go faster.
He's in. Agreeable Racer is not on that.
Oh my God! Agreeable Racer as well.
Sorry.
That's alright, but RSF1 Massa takes top of the table in today's qualifying session. Shane P2. That is phenomenal driving from Shane.
Have you seen the gap between Shane and Massa?
No?
The gap.
A 1:18. I can't see the writing, like the timing.
Go on leader instead of fastest lap.
Oh no, a 1:17. Oh, a Shane and Agreeable 8:23. Sorry, a 1:17.823, and Agreeable a 1:17.847. Because Massa was actually 2/10 faster than Shane. But wow, Massa set superb times in Q2 on the medium compound tyre, and on the softs. He sets it again. McLaren has to take top of the table. But McLaren's getting P3 as well. It's Agreeable. Obviously, he went off the track to let everyone go by. So that is the results now. So P10 Ioaks, he'll start at the back of the pack. Obviously, the top 10 anyways. In P10 in the Alfa Romeo. Tomek Bresner 9th in the Alfa Romeo. 8th is Smokey McBates. Mamadakash is 7th. Sainz is 6th. Schumacher, he gets 5th. Dean, he gets 4th in his debut in RSF1 in the qualifying. So 4th, a very good starting position. Agreeable Racer gets 3rd. Shane gets 2nd, a very phenomenal qualifying session by Shane. But Massa, he is on top with a 1:17.6 in that. Very, very good work, I can say there.
We.
That's staggering.
Tomo. Wow, Massa unshaken. Great laps.
Oh my god. Well, now we are in the transition period between qualifying and the race. So this will be the
know
moment
what
when
this
drivers will go through their setup.
Vettel's
What
already,
does this mean?
Vettel's already put it. Vettel's with cough element, if you know, you know.
Not until we begin
Wait.
the formation lap.
Brundle left. Oh, I think Brundle's already up anyway.
No, Brundle may have left, but technically, he was fastest.
He's still the one, yeah.
Because it screened him and it put him the host to the next stable connection. But right now we've not seen any problems, so we will not be doing a restart in that manner.
Wow, a hell of a quality. Tommy,
That is really, really good.
Brian, I never left, but I don't know what you're on about. Anyway, I can't believe Shane got. I told you, if Shane gets the pace, he had the pace. If he doesn't get into any problems, he'll do well. Top 3, and what do you do? Second. Massa, disgusting, and Guru Racer, he's different route.
So I do think Haas is like the luckiest car on the grid for RSF1 because we had 2 teams claim a championship as Haas last year, F1 and 3, and then for F4 it was Alfa Romeo and F2 was Racing Point.
I just want to say,
So definitely
if
interesting.
doesn't touch a tit, Mercedes would have won the constructors. Anyway, we carry on.
Well, we continue anyways. We can. No, that was my brother-in-law.
Yeah. I was you for a second.
Just playing a little bit of CS, but Iox is definitely not happy with what happened. Again, the race is not over, but then again,
And to the fan lady
it's not
things.
one in turn. It's not one in turn 1 as well.
Verstappen, get me in Red Bull for season 3 and I'll stop the Haas streak. No, you won't. This tit. Anyway.
Oh. Well, right now the drivers are time to evaluate their strategies, which is very good. And also, if anyone's already done, they're just waiting opportunity to obviously post.
What do you think is going to be the top 3 at the end of this race and driver of the day?
That's a very, very difficult question to ask because
That's why I asked it.
well, I could say
Plenty of
definitely Shane. I could say Shane could be a real threat for the start. You never know what happens in turn 1 and throughout the rest of the race. You never know. I mean, we've had so much going on in the season, season 1 and 2. Really can't say. I think it's too early to ask. But what would you say?
I would say if Shane keeps up trouble, I think they'll win. Schumacher as well up there. Brezina, you can't miss him. Sainz, Samassa, Dean, he's from some great pace. Brundle, remember the cash, basically everyone. Driver of the day, I would say formation lap.
Driver of the day safety car.
Driver of the day formation lap says Vettel. So Shane, Schumacher, Brundle, driver of the day safety car. Shane deserves a good result. Shane finally deserves luck.
So right, still nothing from the drivers. They are taking their time to go everything. There's no problem. They need to prepare themselves because obviously the pressure of beginning a race can be quite scary. The Blitz Stig, come on Shane, hashtag Renault.
Oh,
there we go. RSF1 Brundle has readied up. We will be starting
the main
this.
event of the race. Oh, it's going to start in about 10 seconds.
So everyone's been looking forward to this. I'm going to hand over to, the guy sitting behind Till 2. So he will be the first person to post their parcels.
Right, here we go. Tomo, this is how you do the formation lap, mate. Not your nonsense you did on Thursday. Vettel, I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. We'll start from the back here. In 16th position, we have Toby in the Haas. In 15th, is Marco in the Toro. In 14th is Peppermint in the Racing Point. In 13th is WOR Stretch in the Red Bull. In 12th is Jason in the McLaren. In 11th is Brundle in the Ferrari. In 10th is Oates 187 in the Toro Rosso. In 9th is Tommy Brasina in the Alfa Romeo. In 8th is Smokey McBates in the Williams. Is Man with the Cash in the Racing Point. In 6th is RSF1 Science in the Red Bull. In 5th is F1 Schumacher in the Alfa Romeo. In 4th is RRF1 Dean in the Ferrari on his debut. In 3rd is Agreeable Racer in the McLaren. In 2nd is RSF1 Shane in the Renault. In pole is RSF1 Massa in the Haas.
Interesting. We had a couple of cars actually already on the grid of RSF1 Sainz and Schumacher, so they made contact in the formation lap. But here we go. We prepare ourselves for round 5 of the RSF1 second for the F2 division. So in just mere seconds, we will begin. Here we are.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix for F2. It looks like Shane got a decent start. It's free wide going into turn 1 of Shane covering off the inside of the Ferrari of Dean. And Shane makes it stick. Oh, and Shane actually gets taken by Agreeable, but Massa, he gets a really good run. He stays ahead, but Shane, his position, and the Ferrari has to back and allows Shane to retake position. Schumacher, however, position. Good start. Sorry, he's really leaning on the Ferrari of well, we'll just call him Dean. We won't bother saying the whole. But look at Peppermint. He made up 6 positions in the race. That Racing Point definitely had a little bit of contact on the inside. And so we got Williams running wide there of Smokey McBates. He just ran off the track, but luckily no harm done. But he's going to be down the back of the grid. He's got to put in that one. Oh, and it looks like we got a ton of cars battling with the second sector zone. This is incredible battling from the get-go. Oh, Agreeable Racing gets a 3-second time penalty, and you haven't even started the race properly. Brundle, he's putting pressure on Peppermint in 9th place, but Peppermint is trying to get Agreeable. Agreeable lost 5 positions at the start.
The stream is a bit laggy. It's like stopping and it's just really lagging right now. It's really bad.
But I'm still here.
It's just stopping and going.
But right now, let's keep it going. Let's put it back onto tyres. So Dean is still gaining heavily on Shane. He's trying to make up those positions.
Race is down in 10th.
Oh, it's been a very bad start for him.
Yeah, 100%. He's not the best.